Boker Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3 minutes daily dose of Torah. This week, returning to the first chapter of Pirkei Avot, and today looking at the second Mishnah in the first chapter, which reads as follows: Shimon HaTzadik Haya Mishiarei Knesset Hagadolah. Simon the righteous was of the last men of the great assembly, which the first Mishnah described, sort of the predecessors to the rest of the rabbinic world of Tanaim that we will meet. And Hu Haya Omer, he was known to say the following: Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omeid. The world stands on three things. This is distinct from the later list that discusses the three things upon which the world survives, Kayam. So this is understood by most commentaries to mean almost the purpose of creation, why God created this world, what did he want from the world which he created. And these are they: Al HaTorah, on the Torah, or due to the Torah, or for the sake of the Torah; Ve'al HaAvodah, and for the service that would take place in the Beit HaMikdash; Ve'al Gmilut Chasadim, and on acts of loving kindness. Here we referenced all the commentaries know the reference points regarding the Torah. For not the case as the Bartanura that Israel received the Torah, God would never have created heaven and earth. Quoting a verse in Yirmiyahu, Lo briti yomam v'layla, chukot shamayim va'aretz lo samti. For not for the covenant of day and night, that would never have set into to place the rules of heaven and earth. Apparently, I'm guessing that Briti Yom HaLayla means to be engaged in God's covenant by day and by night. I know that's what he means. Al HaAvodah. This was something we learned in our Mishnah, our Gemara class not long ago, that if it were not for the ongoing regular offering of service of offerings to God, God would not have created the world either. It actually references that Avraham later on at that covenant between the parts asked God, "What is it? How do I know that somehow this is the ongoing will that you have?" And it involves following that the offering of sacrifices. And beyond that, the Gemara says, when there is no longer sacrificial service, then our prayers, and even our studying of the sacrificials and rendering it every day as it's put in the siddur every morning, that replaces it. And lastly, Ve'al Gmilut Chasadim, for acts of loving kindness. Dichtiv, quoting a verse in Tehillim, Olam Chesed Yibaneh, that God intends that we build a world of chesed, of loving kindness. And this is the combination of a religious persona, a person who values the Torah and the study of Torah and the spreading of Torah. That's how we all have to be, engaged in that all the time. Avodah, the worship of God in the time of the temple with sacrifices, or recalling the sacrifices in the prayer work that we have to do. It's work. It's avodah, but that's part of worshiping God. And lastly, though, that it be a life of works, of carrying out the loving kindness, as the Bartanur goes on to explain what we mean by that. The Sameach Chatanim, to rejoice the brides and grooms, Unachem Avelim, and to comfort the mourners, and to Levaker Cholim, and to visit the sick, V'likbor Meitim, and to bury the dead, all these things. This is the triad. Our lives are meant to include, religious life has to include all three. And I hope that each day we can make sure we've dedicated, along with our study every morning and our davening that follows, that our life can be built on chesed that we can carry out for one another. Have a great day.